Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to our coffee times to talk about horror. And today I have my very exciting unboxing. Every month, you know guys, I get my Abominable Book Box, the Full Guts edition. And I just got this one yesterday and I'm so excited. This is the one for the month of September. I'm filming this video early because obviously I need to unboxing the moment it comes. It came yesterday and yesterday it was the 4th of October, so this video is coming up a little bit later, but let's check what I got in the month of September.
It's coffee time!
And yes, I have still kept myself spoiler free. I have no idea what books they sent. I'm doing such a good job at staying spoiler free, even though I do have friends that receive this box every month as well and faster than me because they live in the UK. So obviously it's faster. They don't have to go through customs and all of that fun stuff. And it's finally sweater weather. Sweater weather.
Oh, sweater weather. Sweater weather. Sweater weather. Oh, God, I would finally sweater weather.
When I was younger, I was very much a summer person, and I think it's because, you know, I grew up in Spain next to the sea, and my summers were like 3 months of beach and the sea, and I loved summer so much. But as I grew older and I started living in Germany and the Netherlands, you know, when it gets colder for the majority of the year, and also as my love for Halloween started progressing, you know, I feel like I have now discovered that I am definitely a fall girly, and I have no problem admitting that. I love myself a good pumpkin spice when the season comes around. I love myself a blankie, I love myself a sweater, and yeah, now basically I'm a converted summer girl and I am a fall girly. And this is all information that nobody cares about, so now let's go to the box. Here is the box, and this month feels especially heavy, so I don't know if they've included like hardcovers this month, but it feels kind of heavy. Maybe it's the surprise items that I get, because I do get the full guts, which comes with a little bit of goodies, but it feels heavy. So let's see. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Ta-da! Ooh, I already see a book, but I cannot figure out which one it is. Let's see. Oh, interesting. I have Delicate Condition by Danielle Valentine. I do love the colors and I love this cover, but I don't think I have heard about this book before. It says is a feminist update to Rosemary's Baby, so I'm already interested. I think Rosemary's Baby is a great classic. I used to love also the movie growing up, so I'm excited to see what kind of take they do on this classic story. This is a book that I feel like I have to do a content warning for having trouble getting pregnant and pregnancy loss and stuff like that. So if anybody is not able to read this type of content, just putting it out there, because I have read a little bit what the book is about and is very much focused on that. We follow a woman that is trying to juggle, you know, her work and life, but also she desperately wants to start a family, so she's trying to get pregnant. She's going through IVF cycles and she is going through doctor's appointments and failed attempts, and she doesn't know what's wrong with her. In the end, she does get pregnant, and she goes to get an ultrasound done. Somebody steals the ultrasound picture of the baby. She starts to feel like somebody's following her. So I feel like this book is going to be very much centered on women and women grief and women's body and everything that we have to go through as females. So just putting it out there, this might be a little bit intense. It might be terrifying, yes, and creepy and all of that, but it's gonna deal with a lot of heavy topics, so just keep that in mind. I am really intrigued because I've never read this author before. I didn't even know about this book, and if it is a new take, like a modern take on Rosemary's Baby, I think this one might be down my alley. The next book, I can already see the cover, and it's a book that I have seen before. I have seen this cover before. I remember it from one of my upcoming books videos, and it is this one here. The Dead Take the A Train by Cassandra Cole and Richard Cadrew. And I don't remember exactly what this book was about, to be honest, but I think the reason why I didn't pick it up, it's because it was a little bit either cosmic or weird fiction, which you guys know it tends to be a no for me, but it doesn't mean that I'm not willing to give it a chance. It does say on the back that this is a mix between cosmic horror and fantasy, so I fear this book might not be for me, but since I already have a copy, I'm gonna give it a try. I might try to read the first couple of chapters and see how I feel about it, because you never know, you might be surprised, but this one might be the first one that I have received from the Abominable Book Box that might just not be for me, which is totally fine. It can happen, but I'm still willing to give it a try. We follow Julie. She's in her 30s and she lives in New York City, and she has a lot of magic inside of her and she wants to make it big into the magic scene. She wants to be really successful. She wants to be famous. I believe in her attempt to quickly, get to the top. I think she makes a deal with a god or something like that, and probably things don't work out the way that she expected and puts her friends and everybody probably in jeopardy, and causes maybe even a small apocalypse, who knows. But like I said, I think I'm gonna keep this one and give it a go when I have time. I probably will read the first couple of chapters and see if it's something for me or not at all, because I have not read the authors before either, so I have no idea if the writing style is for me, even if it's cosmic/fantasy. You never know. If you've read this one, let me know down below what you thought of it and if it's worth my time. And our last book, it's obviously the secondhand book that it's always kept a mystery. It's like a little present, a little treat to yourself. So let's see which one I got this month. I've been quite lucky with the secondhand books because they've always sent me ones that I was interested or at least intrigued enough to read. Let's see which one I got this month. Oh, I think it's an author that I've been meaning to try, so perfect. Yes, this is The Bat by Jo Nesbø. So I have never read books by this author before, but I have seen them everywhere, and I've always wondered if they would be something for me or not, but I've never picked them up at the bookstore because, like I said, I've never read before, and so when I'm a little bit unsure at the bookstore, I tend not to pick things up and wait until, I can read them on my Kindle or something like that before I make a physical copy purchase. But now I got this one to try, and I do like the title, The Bat. I'm not sure if it's literally about bats, but there's bats here in the cover, so, let's hope for that. This is the first book on a series, and it follows the same detective, Harry, and in this one the detective has been called to investigate a murder of a girl, and then he realizes that they are actually dealing with a serial killer. There's been multiple deaths, they're all connected, and I think this serial killer will only talk to Harry, to our detective. So it is a basic detective mystery thriller, but those are great for cozy season. And honestly, I should probably read more mystery thrillers because all I read are horrors or romance. Like, I don't read as many thrillers anymore. There's no in between. I go full on horror or full on romance. So this might be a great cozy read for winter. I don't know where I'm gonna get to it, but let me know down below if you have read this author before. At least it's an author that I knew of, that I was interested in trying out. So now I have this one to give it a go and see if I enjoy it. I feel like for me, detective mystery thrillers tend to work really well also when I find the detective character compelling, when I can connect to them, when I just like their personality. I feel like that adds up so much to the story. So if the detective is a character that I like, I will probably enjoy this. Now let's check the other goodies in the box, and first we have a chocolate bar, Black Forest chocolate bar, a full-on chocolate bar, which is perfect to eat while you're having a hot beverage. Then we have what it looks like, a coaster. Oh, this is so cute. It says coffee from the Black Lagoon. I think I'm gonna keep this coaster on my office so nobody steals it from me. I really like The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I think it's one of the best classic movies. It also looks a little bit like the Starbucks logo. I think that's what they were going for, but I love it. So I'm gonna be using this now in my office for my coffee. Next we have, of course, our bookmarks. As every month we get the Abominable Book Club bookmark. And let's see which other one we got this month. Daddy, Mommy, Unmake Me. Look at this. And if you are not familiar with this quote, let me help you out. It is from Longlegs, which is one of the best movies that has been released in 2024. I love that movie. It is absolute perfection. It's definitely there on the top of my favorites this year. I need to rewatch this movie. I loved it so much. So I am so excited to have now a bookmark of that movie. We also have the book plates for this month, and we got two because they are for this book. So we have one for Cassandra Cole and one for Richard Kadri. I always like to keep them inside of the book, and then when I have time, stick them inside. And last but not least, you guys know my beverages. I love this part. Since every month is almost the same, let me quickly get through it. We have my favorite, which is coffee to go. Always a great thing to have in your handbag. We have some Nescafe, some hot chocolate. The teas this month are different. The first one is this one, which it just says every day. So I'm guessing it's gonna be black tea. That's what I always assume in England. If the tea doesn't have any specified flavor, I always assume it's black. Then we have this one, which I've never seen this company before, and this is a red berry and flower tea. I'm guessing it's a brand that you guys have over in the UK, which is another great thing of me getting this box. I get to experience teas that I cannot get here anywhere. So that was everything in the box. So to recap, apart from all the goodies, these are the 3 books that I got this month, and I am quite happy with the choices. Now this one is one that I'm really intrigued about because, like I said, I do love the story of Rosemary's Baby, and not long ago, like recently, there's this new movie that was released. I think it was called Apartment 7A, maybe, that it's supposed to be, I think, a prequel to Rosemary's Baby, and I watched it and it does have kind of like the same vibe. So I'm intrigued now to see what kind of spin they gave in the story in this book. Then we have this one, which I'm a little bit unsure about. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because it is cosmic horror and fantasy, which are things that normally don't work that well for me. So I'm kind of scared about this one. I'm just scared of not enjoying it. But if I start reading the first chapters and I notice it's not for me, I'm just going to pass it along to someone else that will appreciate it and that can enjoy the book. And then I have this one, which honestly I'm not even mad about, because even though it's a regular simple mystery thriller about a detective, which it's nothing new, but it is at least the first book in a detective series, and it is an author that I have been meaning to give a try. So I'll just try it out and see if I enjoy it. So that was everything, you guys, that I had inside of my September Abominable Book Box. As always, I'm gonna leave the link down below in case you want to check them out. It's not an affiliate link or anything. I get nothing out of your subscription, but if you want to check them out, the link is below. You can also get just the bare bones box, which I think it only includes the books without any of the other stuff. So that's up to you, especially I think if you live in the UK, it's a great deal. Because for me, you know, being international, I do pay a little bit more of international shipping, but it's not even that much. It's very fair. It just takes a little bit longer to get to me because sadly here in the Netherlands, customs are a little bit more strict, I would say. But I would still recommend this box. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna cancel this subscription because I love it to get it every month and get books that normally I wouldn't get for myself maybe. I think it's great for people like me that tend to stuck to the same authors, the same genres, and it's nice to get books kind of gifted to yourself, from me to me, and try new things, even if they don't work out, even if they are things that in the end I end up donating or passing along to someone else. At least, you know, I'm trying new things, which is always something that I want to do and I never do. So I think with this box I am pushing myself. I am pushing my boundaries a little bit. I hope that you guys enjoyed this unboxing. If you want to support me and the channel, please consider joining my Patreon. And thank you guys as always so much for all your support. I hope to see you all, as always, in our next coffee time. Bye!